All right, Facebook, we are live at Dagwood's Pub in the Great Northeast, Philadelphia. Welcome, everybody. Let's give our guest, Milt Thompson, a hand. I got one major announcement to make right out of the gate, that the fields have been disqualified and they will not be eligible for any prizes. All right, so let's clarify that right out of the chute. So I love teachers, I love educators, but he's still been disqualified. All right, here we are, Dagwood's Pub. Nikki and Ed are the owners of this great establishment, and they've opened it up to us and welcomed us with open arms to do our thing, and we've been here now 6 months or so, and the show is growing, as you can see, and I'm a Philly guy, so my roots take me back to Philadelphia, and I love coming to Philly, but this is like home, neighborhood type, place, and we've kind of, just suited. It just falls like feels like home for us. So we're excited to be back again with our guest. We got another major announcement coming for next month. We'll go through all that about 7 o'clock. But some drink specials: Coronas $4, domestics $4, Miller Lights $3. And if you guys are vodka fans, I highly recommend City Distillery. They got some awesome vodka and lemonade for $4. So, Ginny, drink up.
Since you can't win the prizes, and let her drink.
But you're still disqualified. Boy, she brought in all the ringers. Look at that table.
I know.
Some people couldn't make it.
Wow.
They wanted to win all the trivia.
All right, we got a couple other guests in the house. The Lady Brawlers out of Gloucester City, New Jersey, champions. Stand up. Come on. Stand up. Show the bling. Show the bling. During, I don't know if you guys remember last month, Tommy Green hit them up with with a little something, a little motivational, and Coach was telling me it worked. So come home with the bling. There you go. We've also got a birthday in the house, and I'm not sure how we can get this communicated, but Chris, can somebody give Chris happy 68th birthday tomorrow? Chris?
Okay.
Take a bow, big man. Take a bow. So on the road again. Here we are. It's a great thing. We'll be back here again September 15th. 15th. So mark your calendars, and Ginny, you won't be qualified for that one either.
Or at least next time, don't tell us you have the answers.
Seriously. No cheating.
We did it. We it.
This is awesome. You can't script this. All right, here we go. John, what do you want to start with?
Well, I just want to thank Milt for coming out. It's been a great 93 season was great for me. Being a senior in college, we had a great time. Going through a lot of those games. What was special for you during that season? After the year before being a tough year.
Well, I came over. I was a free agent.
Right.
I had spent 4 years in St. Louis, and deciding where I wanted to continue my career. And of course, I decided to come back to Philly. Great place to play, good group of guys. And the thing was, we're very unselfish.
Right.
We just went out and had jobs to do, and we just did our jobs. I think we were the only team in Major League Baseball that had 3 platoons. It was myself and Inky in left field, Izzy and then West Chamberlain in right, and then Morandini and Duncan at second.
Right.
And we just knew when we were playing, what we needed to do, and late in the game, if they changed the pitcher, we were ready to go in and come up with a clutch hit. So
Right.
that's what it was about. And, from day one, when we got into spring training, it was just a great feeling where we knew we had a good thing.
Right. Yeah, which is a good thing after the year before. It was a tough year, being last place and having that feeling afterwards.
Most of us didn't know anything about that because we were different teams.
Right.
So it was good when we came in and we said, hey, let's just go out and play. Just go out and play and do our thing.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it's that was like I said, it's a fun year. A lot of memorable moments. You hitting or saving the grand slam, which I can't tell you the state or the team we played because that's one of the trivia questions. But that and Mariana Duncan on Mother's Day with the grand slam. Mitch Williams 4:40 in the morning hit with the base hit. Yeah, there was a lot of memorable moments that year.
Mitch had a way to make things exciting.
He did. He did.
But everybody gets upset about the Joe Carter home run, but it was a great pitch. Just wasn't a good pitch to Joe Carter.
Right.
It was a very good pitch.
Yeah, and plus he took the ball. He knew his arm was shot at that time through that year. But Mitch was the game. He played.
Well, when you look back on it, the game that really hurt us was the one we lost 15-14. We were winning. We were winning that game 14-8.
Multiple times, yeah.
And just couldn't close the game out.
Yeah, and the rain, I was there. that was the turning point of the series because you had it going back, and then Sean came back the next night and had the great game to send it back to Toronto. So yeah, it was.
And one thing people don't realize is that the inning before the ninth inning, they had the bases loaded and we got out of that jam, but they turned the lineup over.
Right.
If inning before that, we could just 1, 2, 3, or close it out soon. We don't turn the lineup over, and the game's pretty much over.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's a big key. No.
What I know you don't want to single out a particular teammate, but did you have a favorite teammate from that team? I mean, was there anybody that you kind of want to share with us?
Everybody knows it was Darren Dalton.
Right.
Hands down. I love and miss him. I'm gonna tell you right now. What an unbelievable person. He had a nickname for everybody on the team. My nickname was Scooter because I could run a little bit, so we called me Scooter. And guys, don't take this the wrong way. He's the only guy that can kiss me. He's my brother.
Right. Oh yeah, he did that to everybody.
We've heard that name a lot. We've heard it a lot.
Yeah.
But any questions in the audience? Anybody? We're willing to take some questions from anybody but the Field family.
I think some of them were trying to disown the field.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of love at that table.
Hey, Milt, thanks for coming out here. Carl, John, thanks for having Milt and Dagwood. It's not about 93, but you spent a lot of time with Charlie Manuel. What's your best Charlie-ism?
2031, they got to come to you. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest things about Charlie is he had only 2 rules. It was hustle and be on time. And when our pitchers gave up a long home run, he admired it. I remember one day Brett Myers gave up a home run, and he's coming in, he's throwing his glove and stuff. He's like, "Hey, what's wrong with you, man? I like to see that. It went a long way right there." So Charlie, I love Charlie, man. He's just, from day one when he came here, he just controlled those guys. I think one of the greatest things he did was one day Jimmy didn't run a ball out. He waited for Jimmy to go back out and shortstop. Went and got him. And if you're going to do that, Jimmy Rollins, everybody else knew you better hustle or you're going to get pulled out of the game. So, no nonsense. He, didn't have to raise his voice to do a lot of yelling, but, got his word across. One thing is to play this game at that level, you have to be relaxed, you have to have fun, and you have to be confident. And that's the whole thing. Why were you guys successful, young lady? You believed in yourselves and you went out and played. That's it. I tell guys all the time when I'm training kids, one of the greatest things my dad told me, he says, don't think, don't try, trust yourself. trust your ability and just go out and play and have fun.
Yeah.
Here you go. Lauren, you got another question?
Hey, just want to thank John and Milt for tonight. Great job, guys. And Milt, I read about you working with high school students, and I just really wanted to hear a little bit about that. I think it's great.
I retired from professional baseball in November of 19, and the pandemic hit, and a lot of the kids missed their senior year because of the pandemic. They didn't get a chance to play. So I got with a group of guys, and we decided to put a program together for those kids who missed their senior year. Plus, guys were coming back for their senior year in college. So they just kind of hung out with me and learned the game, and we talked a lot and worked out. I got 3 of them scholarships coming up for this year, so I'm
Very
proud
good.
of that.
Very good.
Very good.
Yes. So then that part of the don't think thing might be part of the analytic issue with baseball. You know what I mean? As far as like that's all you're doing is out there is thinking, guessing.
Well,
He's going to throw a curveball here because that's 60% of the time that's what he does.
I was always taught, my dad taught me a long time ago, that I have to be able to hit the hardest pitch that pitcher can throw and make the adjustment from there.
Right.
So I was always ready to hit a fastball and make an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
I never guess hit. Never worried about a breaking ball, because when they make a mistake with a breaking ball, I'm going to hit it. And I'm talking about one time I was facing Doug Drabeck in Pittsburgh and leading off, and all he throws is sliders. And I go, okay, he's going to throw a slider. He did in the dirt, and I swung at it. I said, that doesn't work. Get back to ready to hit the fastball. When they make a mistake with a off-speed pitch, I'm ready to hit it.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Trivia time?
Sure. We could do that.
Lauren? You know who's out, right?
All right. So Milt Thompson, during his Phillies career, he wore 3 different numbers. Give me 2 of them, please. That's not on your cheat sheet, is it? they're scrambling over there. Everybody's scrambling.
You guys weren't watching the videos?
I know. They're all over.
They're all over the videos.
Jeez.
Come on, Dave Kilgore, you're a numbers guy.
Come on.
Come on.
You're close, but no.
John, you're looking for 2 numbers, right?
2 numbers, yeah?
2 of the 3.
2 or 3. I thought this was the easiest of all my.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when, like you said, they're on the video.
Yeah, they just came on the video.
Come on. All right. All right. So, which team did Milt play for? Can we get that one? What's that?
You played for 5.
He actually played for 6.
Right.
But see, Wikipedia is not always right.
All right, name.
Cheers. Cheers.
Well,
Braves.
I'll let you know because a couple that does goes with their trivia questions, but I'll let you know in a minute. All right. Since the numbers don't work, and we have somebody else that was cheating too, did some research. We'll try that. We'll answer that one for you. How many of the 6 teams that Milt played for? Name me 4 of them.
Braves,
Okay, hold on.
Braves, the Bills.
Well, you gotta get the microphone or it's cheating. You're already cheating as it is, but.
The Astros, the Braves, the Phillies, and the Cardinals.
There you go.
That's our father's daughter right there.
There you go.
What the others?
Yeah, and so to give you your other ones, you have the Braves. It's the Braves, the Phillies, the Cardinals, the Rockies, the Astros, and the Dodgers.
All right, real quick. Ed, hold that Carlos Ruiz jersey up that you got there. Oh, you just went downstairs with it. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, it'll be making its way back up. We got a Carlos Ruiz autographed jersey, all statted up with 08 World Series chance that somebody's going to go home with tonight. So And how much are the chances?
$10.
$10 a chance.
You get a Phillies ticket with it.
And you get free Phillies tickets. Oh my gosh.
Can't beat that deal.
So the,
44?
One's right. I'm not going to give you which one's right.
is he having his own show over there?
He's trying to guess the numbers.
Oh.
He-
We'll give you another chance.
Okay.
We'll give you another chance.
I guess the Wi-Fi, they're not getting it with the searching the internet right now.
Yeah, well, we have the Wi-Fi blocks.
Yeah. All righty.
All right. Question for our guest. So I asked this to a lot of players that have come through the Phillies organization and made Philadelphia home after you're done playing in this city. What made you want to stay here and make Philadelphia your home?
Number one, my wife's from the area.
That's a good reason. All right.
And number two, I'm originally from the DC area, so it's about a 2.5-hour drive. So, I can go home anytime I want to. So
Close enough.
one of the reasons I stay
Very
here.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, it just even all the sports, through hockey and baseball and football, and we just see a lot of guys just staying in the area, and giving back. Like you said, with the kids, through the pandemic and doing all that. I mean, that's unbelievable. So
Yeah, Milt's doing camps with kids as well, so he's always giving back.
Yep.
That's good.
So share with us, some hitting tips. I'm sure there's a few in here who think they might be able to still hit, but maybe share a story with us.
The one thing I teach from day one is what my dad taught me a long time ago. It's 3 words: relax, step, which is your stride, you load your hands, and you throw your hands. For me, when you say swing, it becomes long. You know where swings are? The park. I attack the ball with my hands. Most hitters don't understand it. It's all about your hands connecting with the ball, hitting the ball. Everybody tries to help their hands with their body and gets you in so much trouble. But when you slow down and you allow your hands to work, it's easy. I can still hit. Just simplify that. I tell guys all the time, if I can hit, I can take 24 hours and hit and not be tired because I just use my hands. But those guys that get in batting practice, and when they're done, they're tired, too much effort. Way too much effort. It's not that hard. The pitcher supplies the power. All you have to do is connect with the ball.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
You saw it in the home run derby.
Yeah.
Alonso wasn't too bad, but Ohtani was pretty gassed when he was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys just wait way too hard.
Right.
Quick story. Everybody knows who Michael Jack Smith is, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, I played with him for 3 years here, first time. How many home runs do you think he hit in batting practice? And I hit the same inning group with him for 3 years. Did you say what? Exactly right. Not one home run in batting practice. Don't count.
Right.
In order to hit a ball out in batting practice, you got to lift and do things that you don't have to do in a game with a 90+ mile an hour pitch. As a matter of fact, I used to bring him, when I was a hitting coach at the Phillies, I used to bring him into camp just to upset my hitters because he would put a little net down halfway in front of the turtle batting cage. And every time those guys would try to lift and hit the ball up, they'd hit the net and they'd get so mad. I'm like, it's not what we're here for. One of the best rounds of BP I ever saw in my life, Big Poppy. We're playing Boston, and I just kind of hung out. I thought, I can see this guy take batting practice just to see what his approach is. He hit the first 7 balls in batting practice off the L screen. You know how hard that is to do? You got to be perfect with your hands. Guys don't understand. I want to be able to control baseball. That's why I hit off the tee almost every day my entire life because I can move the tee around and hit the ball, know what I have to do to hit the ball where I want to hit the ball. But most kids, they get away from tee ball and they want nothing to do with tee. I don't want to do it. But that's the whole thing. You got to learn what your body's trying to do. You got to be able to control your body and allow your natural ability to take over. That's the whole key to being a successful hitter. There's an old saying in baseball: good hitters have the ability to slow the game down.
Mhm.
You know, don't get excited. You're gonna get yourself out.
Right. And like you're saying about Schmidt, Freddie Freeman's the same way.
Oh yeah.
You know, and he's one of the best hitters in the game.
Well, they put that shift on, and late in the game, it's a tie ball game or something. You'll hit that ball. You'll get that hit over there. You're not ashamed. Guys don't understand. The object is to score more runs than the other team.
Exactly.
Not to try to hit a home run every time you go to the plate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
What, any questions? There we go. We got an arm up.
Yes, go ahead.
There's the mic. There's the mic. The mic.
It's like a two-part question. You can answer both parts or either part.
The
Mike's right behind you.
right behind you.
This one.
I said, Neil, thank you for being here. I have a two-part question. You can answer either part or no parts, whatever. My first part was, of all the managers you've ever played for, who did you think was the best manager? Wow. And what do you think of these new goofy rules that have invaded my game?
First one is manager, unbelievable. Whitey Herzog. Hands down, unbelievable manager.
That's Cardinals.
Yes. Jim Fregosi second, but
Really?
Whitey was incredible, man. This guy, I come, when I got there, they already had 3 established outfielders. And, I played a lot because he moved them other guys around and let me play. But I'd be on the bench and I'd walk out and he goes, Milt, I'm going to need you in the 8th inning with 2 outs to come up with a big hit for me. And that situation came.
And you could do it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
He was unbelievable.
He had the game played out.
He was ahead of the game. And the second question,
I won't tell.
no, the second question seriously is I don't watch Major League Baseball. I'm being totally honest. It's not the same game. I
see
mean,
you at CBP all the time.
me and Ozzie had our own hit and run.
Yeah, you did.
We put our own hit and runs on. We move the ball around and stuff. Guys can't bunt. I hit 300 every year. I had 15, 20 bunt hits. That's how I hit 300 every year.
Right.
Nobody even tries to bunt now. When I was
It's
in
taboo.
when I was in the minor leagues, what they did, they're doing it in the big leagues now. They put a guy on second base to try to save the pitching, and they won't move the guy over the field.
Right.
I'm talking about even in the minor leagues, they won't move the guy over. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I said, you bunt that guy over to third, wild pitch, ball, anything can happen where you can score a run to win. They refuse to do it. So it's hard to watch. It's very hard to watch.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How long can this continue? Because it's making for bad baseball. And that's everyone's opinion, how hard they are to watch, not just the Phillies. There's plenty of teams that are struggling because they don't want to manufacture runs.
Well, the bottom line is, I've been over to the stadium a couple times. And all I can say is in 2008, 2009, 2010, the place was packed. I know COVID is coming up, but the place was packed.
Exactly.
And we're losing fans because these guys don't want to play the game the right way. So.
500 and some sellouts.
Yeah, it's important that we do something to get the fans back in the game. To sit there, nobody can bunt, nobody can move a guy over, nobody knows where to throw the baseball when it comes to him.
Right.
It's really tough. It's really tough. That's one of the reasons that I'm working with a lot of young kids now to try to teach them how to play the game.
Yeah,
I'm out of the professional game now. I'm going back to where grassroots to help these kids out. I remember I was a minor league hitting coordinator for the Cincinnati Reds the last 3 years of my career.
Right.
So I go, you know what? Let's go play pepper. You know what pepper is? Everybody here know how to play pepper? Yes. I took those kids out, and they got these good fields now, so there's no pepper games. So I took them to the warning track. I'm like, okay, we go to warning track out there and we'll play pepper. disgusting. They're trying to hit the balls over the fence. I'm like,
You're saying that's no one track.
Pepper's the greatest game in the world because number one, it works on your fielding, works on your accuracy throwing, and works on back control.
Right.
3 big parts of the game. None of these kids know how to play Pepper.
Yep.
Lauren, you got a question out there?
Yep, I sure do. Am I allowed to ask questions?
I don't know, check with Milt and John.
Sure, you can
All
ask
right,
questions.
I'm gonna look at the TV screen
No.
because that's where I can see. So during a rain delay the other day, we're interviewing the '93 team. It was a great rain delay. I almost didn't want the rain delay to end because the interview was so fun. And Mike Schmidt was implying that when they went to bat during his era, they were very aggressive at batting. That they didn't take 10 pitches the way that they take them now. That it was more important to be aggressive at that than to take the 10 pitches. What do you feel is the better approach?
Number one, I knew what pitches I like to hit. I was a middle of the way guy. I could hit the ball middle of the way. So regardless if it was the first pitch or the 5th pitch, I was going to hit it. I was ready to hit a ball that I knew that was in the sweet part of the plate where I could hit. You know, I don't understand trying to, take a bunch of pitches and, I saw it the other day. Guy had an 11 pitch at bat and he struck out, and those guys were happy. I'm like, no, okay, 11 pitches, you're gonna try to get the pitcher out of the game. Okay, wonderful. 100 pitches, they take guys out of the game now. That's all that is in today's game. They're trying to get the starting pitcher out, hoping they're gonna get a chance. But the starting pitcher comes out anyway because the analytical people say that the 3rd time around, the averages go up so high, we need to take them out.
Right.
Well, the kid for Tampa Bay, Game 6 against the Dodgers.
Yeah, what's Snell?
Mowing those guys down.
Yep.
Game 6 of the World Series. He is not pitching anymore the rest
He's
of the
done.
year. And you took him out when he was carving those guys up. It made no sense whatsoever.
Yep, exactly.
He was so frustrated with that, he asked for a trade.
No, I don't blame him. Because like you said, it gives the other team, and we've seen it with the Phillies as well. Team pitchers are going through the lineup, and then it's like, okay, take them out. Like Nola with the Braves, opening game a couple years ago, takes them out, and the Braves are all happy because they knew that they were going to get to them. They were to the Phillies because
How does Nola only have one complete game this year?
yes,
How does that happen? As good as that kid is.
analytics.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Oh,
all
my God.
analytics.
Robin Roberts had 232 complete games.
Right.
Jeez.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
All right.
we got one.
You got one exactly.
If I get everyone's attention, I guess we beat up the modern day game enough. And we probably all need to drink to new baseball.
Yes.
I don't know when it's coming, but we need to drink to it. But anyway, my guy Ed's back there. He's hanging up the Carlos Ruiz autographed jersey. Raffle tickets are $10. You get free Phillies tickets along with it. So if you don't win the jersey, you're still going to see some Phillies baseball, and hopefully they're making a playoff push.
Yes.
So that's part A. Part B, Sue is sitting over there by the raffle table, and everybody in the house gets 2 free raffle tickets. And we're going to give away all those prizes tonight around 7:45-ish. We will. You have to be here. We will pull every prize, and somebody's going to walk away with all that good memorabilia supplied by one Carl's Cards and Collectibles that just happens to be a major sponsor of the show. So, with all that being said, take care of your servers. The bar gals are back there doing a phenomenal job. The food smells great. I can't wait to dig in. Keep the questions coming. If you guys got any questions, Lauren's got the microphone. We're going to start the second half of the show. Johnny, how about some trivia?
All right. So we'll try to make this one a little bit easier as well. Milt Thompson had 2 different stints with the Phillies. Who was the team he played with in between the two stints with the Phillies?
Hold
Oh, you
on.
can't yell them out. You gotta yell them out.
Cardinals.
There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a winner. Get your pouch. Get your city pouch when you're after the show. We'll get it after the show whenever.
Yeah, wasn't sure if it was that in photos or just.
No, just the pouches. Yep. And then we also talked about. We'll do one more real quick. Milt Thompson had the game-saving grand slam catch up against the wall. What was the team? Who was the team that he saved the game against? Not the batter, but the team. Famous picture. You see it all the time.
Yeah, you got some.
And even cheating, you still can't get it right. Yep, see that? We got him stumped again. Anybody?
Bob Garrett.
Yeah.
Nothing?
Yeah, pulled it back over the wall.
Kansas City?
Nope. It was the West Coast team.
We played. in the National
Which
League.
team? Which team? No, not Seattle.
There was no interleague play back then.
Hold on, I gotta guess.
The Padres, you are correct.
Yes.
Good guess. Oh, you didn't hear the first part? Is that what you're going to go with? Really?
Hey, don't pick on the champion. Come
No,
on.
I know.
They got bling, man.
They got the bling. They got the
Come on.
bling.
They got the bling.
That's why we got to pick one.
It's all good.
There you go.
There you go.
You can only win once, though. Well, there you go.
All right, so a couple other pieces of business. We'll be giving out free T-shirts at the end of the night. So if you haven't got one of the This Fans View T-shirt with all of our sponsors, we'll be setting up somewhere, probably up here in the corner. You guys can come on up and grab a free T-shirt. I see many of you wore it out here tonight, which is really cool.
Yes.
Our sponsors appreciate it. Abramson and Denenberg Law Firm out of Philadelphia. If you guys get in any trouble. State Farm Insurance right here in Philly. Phil Young. City Distillery, who's become a big sponsor to the show and will continue to be at all of our shows. And we did say when we'll be back here, right? We
Yep.
did, September 15th.
We just didn't announce the guest.
Should we break that news now?
We can.
One of Milt's former teammates, Mickey Morandini, will be in the house.
I didn't know that. Jimmy seems excited about that.
So I guess the Fields will they'll come with 2 sheets that night.
They had 2 sheets tonight.
Oh, they had 2 sheets tonight too?
Yep.
Oh, wow. All right, so September 15th is the date. Mickey Morandini is the guest. And if you guys got any questions, Scooter's up here, so we'll take any questions.
I just got top secret information for a big trivia question.
Uh-oh.
I know it's not on the field.
You want to drop it?
We'll do another one here. We'll run another one here. This one's directly from Milt Thompson himself.
Listen up,
Actually,
trivia folks.
Milt's going to introduce the question.
Who are the only 3 Philly players, coaches to both play in the World Series and coach in the World Series?
All right, we got a hand up.
You, and Bob.
You got it on that paper.
Are you guys what's going on here? Seriously, did I miss the invite to the party? Seriously, when does school start?
Yeah, exactly.
It already started.
You got a classroom to get ready. All right, a lot of fun.
That was quick. we got some good fans out here once in a while. Another
Got a
question.
question, hold on, I'm coming.
This isn't really a question, Milt. Back in 2009, on the last day of spring training, you were at Frenchie's signing autographs, and I was standing with a bunch of people, and you said to me, "You want my autograph, hon?" And I said, "No, I already have your autograph. I just wanted to thank you for 2008, and I want to thank you again for 2008.
You're welcome. What an unbelievable year. You know, you look back at that year, Lidge, perfect.
Yes.
Come on. You know, and just the way those guys went about it, you know. Jimmy Rollins right off saying we're the team to beat.
Yeah.
And just establishing it that to go out and just win. And who can forget the parades? Oh my God.
Yes, that was a good
I
time.
never got here.
What unbelievable.
All we gotta say is chase up. But yeah, I mean, like you said, Jimmy came out and said we're the team to beat, and you know how fitting was that he actually saved in Washington the Lidge being perfect, and going, you know, and then flipping it, diving up the middle, flipping it to turn to double play. Otherwise, you know, Lidge wasn't perfect that year.
Yeah.
And then who knows, we may not even made that.
So how good was that year? Because, you know, there were ups and downs, you know what I mean? Just like any other year, and the team really seemed to come together. You know, you had, you know, Howard hitting a ton of home runs, and, you know, Jimmy doing his thing, and Chase doing his thing, and, you know, we had a great mix, you know, and guys knew their roles. Share some of that year with us.
Well, the thing about that team, everybody asked me this question. Which team do you think was a better team, the 93 team or 2008? Let's face it, those guys were better athletes. They were. You know, they were incredible. And we just had a lot of heart and grit.
Right.
That's the difference between those two teams. You know, you look at a guy like Pedro Feliz. Everybody goes, well, the guy only hit like 250. And he came up with clutch hits, and his hits were in his glove. This guy was unbelievable.
Right.
There, man.
Oh yeah, he's
So, you know, you got to understand. Plus, we had a guy that played second base that put up third baseman's number.
Right.
So, you know, that's
It balances
you gotta,
out.
yeah, it all balances out. And then I'll tell you a quick story about the World Series. Game 2 we won. I mean, game one. Game 1 we won. Game 2 we lost. So we come back to Philly, and we have an off day, and it's raining, so we're hitting inside. So we're in the cage, and you know me, I always come up with something. I said, guys, can I talk to you guys for a minute? I said, which one of you guys wants to be the MVP of this thing? They looked at me. What are you talking about, Mel? I said, you know, if we just play as a team, we can be world champions. We can do something special. Don't try to do something that you're not capable of doing. Just do your job. And they went out and did their job, and they're world champions.
Yes. Yes.
Great year, great manager, great coaches, great players. You know, I mean, these fans are just a small part of Philadelphia and wanting to bring another championship back to Philadelphia. You know, it's just so hungry, you know, hungry to win another one. Your thoughts on, I know we talked about the game today, but your thoughts on the team itself. Talk a little bit about the current team.
Well, they've got a great offensive team. They've got good starters. I think it's important that they made some adjustments to the bullpen.
Right.
You know, the thing is, get in. Find a way to get in. My thing every year was, if you win 15 games a month, that's 90 wins. You're in.
Right. Yeah.
So if you look at it, most months, 31 days, and you're talking about just winning 15 games,
Right.
that simplifies everything. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's just go out and win 15 a month. The other thing is, too, you got to win series. And back in 93, you know, I think our longest winning streak might have been 6 or 7 games. but our longest losing streak was 4.
Right.
And that's the whole key. You got to find a way to be consistent every single night. Teams you're supposed to beat, you beat down.
Right.
You
You
know
guys
what
did
I'm
that with the Marlins in Colorado. You guys took care of the business then.
It's very important because I say all the time, when you're going up against the 1 and 2, it's going to be tough.
Right.
Of every team. You better beat up on 3, 4, 5. Very important.
Exactly. That's for sure.
Lauren, where's Lauren?
Right there.
Sorry, I was drinking.
Oh, sorry. It's all good. Watch that water. That water will catch up with you. Any questions in the house? Anybody? I see my man back there with his Homer hat.
Hold on.
He's ready.
Hey, Milt, during your career, who was the toughest pitcher you ever faced, and who was a pitcher that you look forward to when you saw him come into the game?
One guy I couldn't hit if I had a boat oar in my hand, Dennis Martinez, El Presidente. I had a real simple thing I did as far as hitting. I concentrated on the bill of the cap. So when the pitcher was winding up, most pitchers are looking at their target. So when he put his foot down, I went to a release point and picked the ball up. Well, El Presidente would do all that twisting, and it messed my game up. You know what I'm saying? So I had a hard time picking the ball up off him. And the one guy you probably won't believe I owned, Greg Maddox.
Wow.
I had like 80 at bats against him. I had 340 of them. But that was because he's a bulldog and he's going to come after you, and I was ready.
Yeah.
Very cool.
As long as you didn't get the calls from the umpires, you were good to go.
I wasn't getting that.
Exactly. He was.
So we got a scooter up here, and we got a wheels asking questions. Great questions, Wheels.
So, can you expand on how tight you guys were in '93, like hanging out? You guys hanging out. I think I've missed in the game today, where the guys, don't hang out and talk baseball after the game. They're all ready to go home. As soon as the game's over, they're out of there.
We still hang out.
Right.
We still hang out
Oh,
together
yeah.
to this day. In October, I know October the 13th, we're having Darren's golf tournament. We'll all be here and we'll all be hanging out, having a good time. We also do fantasy gaming, and we're all there, and we just continue to enjoy each other and have a great time. We're always communicating with one another. It was just a special team. As a coach later on, it was amazing to me to come in after the game, kind of put my stuff up, then go get something to eat. Those guys were showered and got there to go back, things out of there.
Right.
It's just a totally different vibe now. Even in the minor leagues, you see guys after batting practice, they're on their phones. They're not even talking baseball.
Right.
They're on their phones doing stuff. I'm like, nobody talks about the game, who we're facing, what's our game plan.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Well, they rely on the analytical people to do everything for them instead of doing your own homework.
Right.
I mean, I was a hitting coach, and I knew who we were facing next week. You know what I'm saying? I got everybody lined up.
But that also builds the team camaraderie, though, too.
Yeah.
And that's big. And going through tough times through a season, you're always going to have a tough time here and there. 160 games is a long season.
Oh yeah.
So having that bonding time to be able to have your brother's back.
Well, we really didn't leave the clubhouse.
Right.
Our team, 93, we hung out all the time. We were always together.
Right.
Always together.
Exactly. I mean, that's what Cracker said. He slept there most of the
Oh, yeah. If we had a night game and a day game next day, Cracker wasn't
Yeah, you weren't leaving. No, exactly.
These guys are there.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not a fan of the little card that appears out of the pillow of the cap or the back pocket? How about that?
I know my man Luke is turning over.
Yeah, exactly.
Watching that. It's unbelievable. Every series we had a meeting. First game in. We went over where you're going to play guys, how we're going to pitch guys, what we're going to go about doing. Damn, that's it. Let's go play.
Right.
I mean, for me, I don't understand how a guy can just sit there, pull a card out.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then they have the field marked off so they can know where to face off, click off and that. Yeah, it's a different world, unfortunately, for the game.
Any more difficult trivia questions? We threw a lot of softballs out there.
All right. Well, we'll see how much they were paying attention because Milt had mentioned this a little bit during the show. But who was in '93? Who was Milt's platoon partner?
Milt's platoon partner in 1993.
Let's see how well you're paying attention.
I see a lot of people eating, and I'm like, wow.
Wheels got it.
Pete Incavilla.
That is correct.
Inky,
Yeah.
Pete Incavilla.
I think that Fields table might be having a little issue with that.
Well, they were disqualified,
They
so
were.
that's still in play. So,
Exactly. So, one more?
go ahead.
All right. This was also mentioned a little bit, but who was Milt's first team he played for? We got him right up here in the front. You guys already answered a few of them already. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Leonard Brace.
There you go. Good job.
I'm not part of the show, so don't raise your hands at me.
And who was my manager in my first year in the league?
Here we go. We got an arm up back there.
Oh,
No.
No Bobby Cox. Anybody else?
yeah.
Is it?
No.
Come on. Get out that cheat sheet. Come on. Here we go.
Joe Torre.
That is correct.
We gave him the passcode, didn't we?
Who's that? Wheels?
Yeah, we are.
Wheels? Yeah.
Yeah,
His coach would be proud.
exactly.
All right, we're winding down. So, anybody questions, comments? Anything current, modern day? Uh-oh, you didn't get your newspaper today. Uh-oh.
Now I got my paper. What do you attribute all the batting averages being so low this year? Do you attribute that to pitching? And my second question, what do you think of them moving the mound back?
It's not going to make a difference. I mean, they keep swinging uphill, they're not going to hit. You know, uppercut's not going to work with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Especially high.
Yes. I mean, guys just got to go back to squaring the ball up and stop trying to kill it. You know, that's it. You know, find a way to move the ball around. You could not play a shift on it. It won't work. Is it the ball where you're not playing?
Give me back 400.
It's unbelievable, guys. It's funny. We used to have our meetings talking about Book with Tony Gwynn.
Right.
All right, you gonna play him here? Yeah, okay. We're gonna do that. And he comes up to the plate, he looks, he goes, "There's my hit right there. There's his hit." I mean, Wade Boggs, same way. Guys just know how to hit. You know, guys today, everybody wants to try to hit a home run. You know how hard it is to hit a home run. Home runs usually happen by accident.
Yeah, exactly.
Home runs happen by making a good swing and getting backspin and the ball keeps going. Where's the young lady? Young lady, got a question for you. Which pitch goes the furthest? No. Which pitch? Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup? Nope. Either curveball or changeup. Fastball, guys hit it, it goes out. Boom. Hanging, breaking balls, curveballs, upper deck. I don't mess with softball. Quick story. I'll give you a quick story about softball. We're in Arizona, and Jimmy Finch's husband played for the Diamondbacks. Yeah, for the Diamondbacks. So she was there hanging out, and Mr. Crook started running his mouth. Oh yes, she did. Oh yes, she did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a big difference. A lot closer, and the ball moves a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll give you guys credit. It's a little tougher.
So we've got a huge Tony Gwynn fan in the house, and he talks about him all the time. Strikeouts versus average hits. You have a Tony Gwynn story you can share with us?
I was just talking about how Luke would tell us where to play, and he'd just wait. Go, okay, there's my hit. He was the most unbelievable hitter. I mean, he watched videos of all his pitchers, and he just had a great command of the strike zone and knew what he wanted to do. This guy could have hit the home runs if he wanted to, but he just was a great hitter. Now, if you're asking me, here's a question for myself: best player I ever played against? Not even close. Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds. Not even close. Not close. Unbelievable player. As a matter of fact, one of my prized possessions is I have a bat signed by Barry Bonds from the year he hit 72. One of his game bats.
Wow. Very cool.
Now, you want to know why that came about?
How's
You ready for this story? His dad, he was in San Francisco when he first got to San Francisco. His dad was the first base coach. Me being a person who loves baseball, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get Bobby Bonds and Barry Bonds to sign a baseball. Okay. Bobby, no problem. Oh. Send the clubhouse guy, because Barry hadn't came out yet. Send the clubhouse guy and get Barry to sign it. Clubhouse guy comes back and says, Barry ain't signing. So I go out for our batting practice. He's out there. I'm like, what's wrong with you, man? I said, it's for me. I'm not trying to, your dad and you want, but I found out an interesting thing about him. His whole life, somebody was asking him to do something for him. His dad's Bobby, his godfather is Willie Mays.
Right.
Can you get me this? Can you sign me that? So he just got the don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So every time when I was the hitting coach with the Phillies, when I came to St. Louis, there were 6 balls signed to give to our coaches.
Oh wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But you said, I had a different respect for him then.
Right.
For that, because people were bugging him from the time he probably started walking. Can you get Willie? Can you get your dad signed? He gets to the point where he's like, okay.
Right.
Then he put up the star himself. He's like, wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we're winding down. Give you guys one last shot at any questions or comments, or you'd like to get an autograph from Milt or the hosts. We're available for signings as well.
Why is everybody laughing?
Why is that funny, Mr. Fields?
Always comedians around.
I don't see. Is Emily there? I don't see her. Is she hiding? Come on, I need some support.
I'm getting your autograph again.
There we go. Very nice. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out. The show has, I'm not sure it reached capacity. I got a table for 2 right up front here. But I want to thank everybody. That's your table? I know it's your table. I know it is. I won't give it away. I won't give it away. But I want to thank everybody. The support here at Dagwoods is phenomenal. You guys, are big into baseball. I can feel it. Milt has extended, and answered every question that's been thrown at him. But one last shot. Come on, you got to have something buried down in there that you want to ask a former player, a former coach. Did you manage?
Yeah.
You did.
Yes. In the minor, ready.
Okay,
Ready.
all right, close enough. Very nice. You gotta be a question somewhere. There we go.
I got mine in the choir. What was your favorite city on the road?
My favorite stadium to play, Wrigley Field, hands down. Wrigley Field, hands down. But I never, my whole career I played in the National Leagues, and interleague play came after I retired, so I never got to go to Fenway or any really the American League ballparks. But Wrigley Field, loved it.
How draining is that when you have all that travel for the season?
You kind of get used to it. You really get used to it, You're living in a suitcase for about 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get used to it. Your family don't know you, but it's a routine. It's a routine. For me, when I left my place here in Philly, well, I lived in Jersey when I came home. When I left my place, I was ready to play. When I left the hotel, I was ready to play. That's the whole key. You got to get your mind right before you get to the ballpark. And of course you expect to be playing. And when you get to the ballpark, sometimes you're not playing. And then sometimes you might be a little upset, but I always thought about there's going to be a time in that game where they need me, and I'm going to be ready to help my ball club win. I say this all the time. There's only 9 spots out there. And it's a 25-man roster. So, you got to do what you can when you're called upon to do it.
Do you think money influences the players today as far as being ready, like you're saying, you're ready to go?
My thing is, I don't see these guys going outside taking batting practice or even taking balls off the bat. The way I got to be a better outfielder is to go out to BP and take balls during batting practice, not the coach just flipping a little fungo to me. I want to see the ball come off the bat. It does a little different things coming off the bat. A pitch back than the guy putting his bat up and hitting the ball in the air. So that was big for me to go out and power shag. That's the way that's the way I got better as a defensive player.
That is definitely missing from the game today. They're not practicing or teaching the fundamentals either. They expect them to know it.
Again, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank all of our sponsors. I want to thank you guys, everyone, each and every one of you that come out. Give yourself a hand. Stick around. We're gonna give away all those. The lady has a question. Gentlemen.
I got one final question. Which was your favorite team to play for?
Really?
What was that? I can't hear you.
It was 93 Phillies.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like you had a choice right there, right?
All right. One last announcement. On September the 18th, Lauren has a walk for Humane Pennsylvania. It's a rather big deal, and she's right up here to my right. And if you guys want to talk to her about animals, she's your hookup. Humane Pennsylvania out of Berks in Lancaster County. She does a phenomenal job raising money, and she's got a lot of good things going on. She happens to be my daughter, so I'm pushing it. Yeah. But Humane Pennsylvania does a phenomenal job across the country, but Reading and Lancaster County, you need to talk to her about it. If you guys are in the market for an animal, don't buy a new puppy. She will take care of you. She will find you that right little furry friend that could use a good home. So talk to her before the night's over, or get a business card from her. Hang around. We got free T-shirts and raffles we're going to give away. Let's give a big hand for Milt Thompson. And again, thanks for coming out, and hopefully we'll see you on September 15th with Mickey Moore and Dean.
Yeah, sounds good.